hard to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga. And for anime only fans, this is the time of the month where a lot of the content that you see on the channel is going to be spoiler heavy, so I thank you for your support. But if you're not caught up with the Boruto manga, this isn't necessarily the video for you. By the time you guys are seeing this, the episode review for the next Boruto anime episode should be coming out tomorrow. So I thank you for your support. But with that being said, if you're still here, then I'm assuming you're okay with me talking about spoilers. So now that we've all, by this point of you guys seeing the video, now we've all had some time to sit down and digest Naruto getting a new transformation and the big reveal that Naruto is gonna lose his life at the end of the transformation. I think now's the time for us to have a very real and honest conversation about Naruto's new form, and I think that it's time for us to address something I've seen quite a few people saying, which is, why didn't Kurama give Naruto this power when they were saved fighting against Kaguya? Why didn't Kurama give Naruto access to this power during the 4th Great Ninja War? And people are saying this just came out of nowhere. Naruto had numerous situations where he could have used this power, and I'm gonna address all that because I've seen quite a few people say, oh, this is an ass pull, and I don't agree with that. And I'm gonna say once again, I don't agree. And if you read the Naruto manga, if you read the manga and read it closely, you'll already know where I'm going with on this. So here's the thing, I definitely think it is convenient, okay? I definitely think it's convenient that Naruto gets this brand new power when he's fighting against somebody who easily far surpasses him in raw strength, and the person he's fighting isn't even at full power himself. So if there was ever a time for a transformation, this is definitely it. And it could be a lot worse. We could be in a situation where Naruto gets the typical shonen cliche power up of, oh my god, my friends are in trouble, my friends are dying, or my friends are near death, and Naruto just gets in his feelings and explodes with power. We could definitely see something like that, and I mean, the Naruto franchise has done that a few different times itself, so I'm glad that that wasn't the case. But why do I say that this isn't an ass pull like a lot of people say? Well, in order to understand this, I think that you need to actually go back to the events just after the 4th Great Ninja War, after Kaguya was sealed away, okay? So here's the thing that a lot of people are missing, okay? So after Kaguya was defeated, Hagoromo looked over at the Biju, and then he looked over at Kurama, the part of Kurama that was extracted from Naruto. He looked over at Kurama and said, I would very much like it if you sealed yourself inside of Naruto as well. That way you could be a conduit for all of the tailed beasts. That way they can use you as a meeting ground to continue to speak with Naruto. I want you to go inside of him. Naruto already had one half of the Kyuubi inside of him, because when Minato tried to put his half of the Kyuubi inside of Naruto, it ended up getting stolen. Then Obito stepped in, and we know how Naruto got the half of the Kyuubi that he had. At the end of the 4th Great Ninja War, Naruto finally had both halves of the Kyuubi chakra. When he fought against Sasuke at the Valley of the End, he was only doing so with a small part of chakra from all 9 Biju and only half of the Kyuubi's chakra. He didn't actually have the other half of the Kyuubi's chakra until after he and Sasuke lost their arms, and after all of the events of chapter 699. That's when the other half of the Kyuubi was ideally sealed away into Naruto off screen. So I say that to say, when people say this is a power Naruto should use against Kaguya, and it should have been used against potentially against Madara, and Madara was seemingly unstoppable, this is a power Naruto did not have access to until the end of the 4th Great Ninja War. Now, some people say, well, what about Momoshiki? Momoshiki was clearly pressuring them, to which I'll say every continuity of Naruto versus Momoshiki up until the anime made it very clear. Naruto and Sasuke at 50% chakra levels in the Boruto movie novelization, which is the closest version of the story that was originally intended for the Boruto movie. In the movie novelization, Momoshiki looks at Naruto and Sasuke and says, them fighting together, even though they're fatigued, he's in trouble and he doesn't think he can win. He said fighting them individually, he could probably win, but individually in their current states, they're his equals. Now, that means that if they had access to full power individually, they'd be able to beat Momoshiki. When you get into the Boruto movie, at no point during that fight did you think that the fight was just too far out of their hands. Sasuke sustained some damage and then Naruto stepped up and Naruto just increased the amount of pressure that was being put onto Momoshiki. In the Boruto manga version of the fight, you had Naruto just jumping and zipping into the air even though he's not at full power, and he's just grabbing Momoshiki by the wrist and flinging this dude around. So in the manga continuity, Naruto's never in a situation where his life was at danger. When you look at the anime, when Momoshiki's just swapping hands with Naruto and Sasuke, and Momoshiki has that really beautiful scene where he does that 1-inch punch, even then, their teamwork at the very end was able to overwhelm Momoshiki. They were able to slowly over time overcome Momoshiki potentially being a little bit stronger than them while they were in their fatigued forms. But the fact is that those are not situations that call for this amount of power to be used. And like I said earlier, because Naruto did not have access to both halves of the Kyuubi chakra until after Sasuke was defeated at the Valley of the End, that's why you did not see that power. After all those battles that took place, Naruto never had a battle where it was completely out of his grasp. Against Toneri, once he even used a focused version of Kurama's power and put into his fist, was able to damn near one-shot Toneri. So I say that to say, again, at no point did this power need to be used. So I think that if they do go this route and say, because Naruto has both halves of the Kyuubi chakra now, this is a power that he can actually use, I definitely think that that's the thing that makes the most logical sense when it comes to Naruto's new transformation. That's the one thing that you can say that, hey, logically this makes sense and it would not feel like it's an ass pull. Again, Kurama, there's no point in Kurama mentioning a special ability that Naruto will be able to have that would grant him extra power at the cost of his life if Naruto does not even have access to that. Imagine me saying to you, hey, you're gonna go to a car dealership and you're gonna be able to get a loan to buy this car, but you don't have the money to actually buy the car or to put down on the car, or you don't have the money, the income to even be able to afford the loan. What's the point of me even telling you about that? There is no point in it. So I think that that's one of those times where, yes, the information was withheld, but it's because Naruto did not have all the requirements checked. So I definitely think that that's the route they're gonna go. I don't think it's an ass pull because, again, the circumstances for Naruto as a character have changed. He didn't have full access to Kyuubi's power at no point during the war. Everything, when he got full access to Kyuubi, it was after the fact. That's a very important detail that a lot of people overlook. That's a very important detail, just like when people overlook the fact that Kakashi as Hokage could be argued to be stronger than Kakashi when he had the Sharingan, because he does not have the Sharingan continually eating away at his stamina. However, that's another conversation for another day. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.